I need to vote. Hey now, hey, c'est ma tempête. Join the hit team now. Number 3, everybody. High five everybody. Save the country. Vote for Honda US parties. Working hard all night and all day. Nothing's gonna stand in her way. She's standing firm. She knows her rights. She welcomes it to do what's right. Education system is on her side. With justice creeping right by her side. Hey everybody, whenever you need her, she's there to greet ya. Parliamentary come, say Martin, we need it now. Hey, attentive, accredited, accountable, attentive. She's gonna make St. Martin so right. Hey, join the hit team now. Number 3, everybody. Join the hit team now, and it's gonna save the country.
As we get closer to the polls opening on Election Day, August the 29th on St. Martin, political parties are giving it all they got. The United St. Martin Party, the US, is no exception. The party held its final meeting at their headquarters in St. Peter's on Tuesday, September 26. A large turnout came out to hear the 14 of the 15 candidates on the USP slate. Among the issues discussed, political victimization was mentioned, where the USP leader, Franz Richardson, accused the sitting government of trying to go after the head of the harbor, the post office, the Secret Service, and the head of the Belvedere Housing Foundation. St. Martin Newsroom was at the meeting.
We have 15 candidates. Not one of them have a court case hanging over their heads. Because we have selected candidates of good reputation, decent people, hardworking, loyal, and uncorruptible. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you tonight that in the next couple of days, and particularly the UP party will be approaching you, your friends and your family. And since they don't have a track record to convince you to vote for them on, they are going to try to buy your votes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here tonight to tell you, your vote is not for sale. Don't give up your vote. Let me say that slow. Don't give up your vote. Ladies and gentlemen, the first candidate to come out.
Good evening, St. Martin. You're looking lovely in all that blue out there. Tonight we are painting the town blue. I am Mina Richardson, candidate number 10, your educator on this slate. Tonight I would like to tell you one thing. We are going to make a difference this election. Don't worry about what the polls are saying. The polls is just there to distract you. We are ready. They say ready, they ain't ready yet. We've been ready for 4 years, and now we're coming to take the stage along with you, the people. I have been listening to many things that have been said by different politicians. People, believe me, you don't know the half of the lies they've been telling you. Tonight, we will make a difference. This is our last chance to talk to you as a crowd. However, we will still be coming around in the different districts to speak to you individually. When I'm finished, I'll be passing out some cards. You can call me if you need to speak to me personally. I am your number 10 candidate on the United St. Martin Party's list. Vote for me, because when you vote for me, I can can guarantee you I will work for you, the people. I'm talking now to my people from Stable and Spatial. Many of you don't realize that whatever happens here on this election, if you don't vote for us, you and all my family and friends and other persons on these two islands will suffer. So please come out and vote for us.
Food, light and water, education and jobs. With these 5 basic needs, you can achieve anything you need to achieve on St. Martin. But what happened is that the average person can't meet these 5 basic needs anymore because of the height of cost of living, the inflation prices, with shelter. Right now people can't afford house rent. They can't afford to live in a decent, comfortable home because of the high cost of living of rent. They can't afford food. The basic need, such as bread. People can't afford bread in the country of St. Martin anymore. It's a serious problem. We have to fix these things. No longer could we hear our children go to school hungry and don't have food to eat. How can they say education? Education is the way to go, and our children are hungry, going to school hungry. We have to fix these things. These are things that Curtis Thomas is trying to fix. These are things we need to champion. The high electricity bills. Every month you get charged heavy fuel charges, tick for tack, and nobody is looking into changing it. Nobody's trying to reduce that.
The national ordinance in the Constitution have caused that. Unless there is no change in the national ordinance to the St. Martin Constitution, you will have a different government with the same results. We have elected representatives that are not functioning, but yet they are receiving their full salary, being paid by your money. The time has come, people, that you have to take charge. You have to demand that you be represented, not only on St. Martin, but to the world, that you are a people of integrity. Unless there is no change in the national ordinance to the Constitution, we will always remain with corruption. Our law have failed us, therefore it's time to rewrite it.
Leona, Marlon, we vote in Leona, Marlon, a woman of integrity and transparency. She's the one to be representing me. We vote in Leona, Marlon, we vote in Leona, Marlon, we vote in Leona.
I am Leona Marlon Romeo, your number 2 candidate on the United St. Martin Party slate. But many are scared. Many are scared to express who they want to back because they fear for tomorrow what will happen to them. They fear that they won't get a job. They fear that they will be always categorized in a specific category with a specific person. But we live in a democratic society where we have the political freedom and the freedom to voice our grievances on whether we accept what they do, whether we don't like issues regarding immigration, whether we don't like overspending of how government overspend their money, whether we have issues with the health system, whether we have issues with VROMI. We have that right. That is our right in this society because we live in a democratic society. So the persons who feel victimized, it is time for you to stand out and promote the person that you want to promote without feeling that you're scared to say what you want to say because of a specific group. We give them too much power. Too much power. And I refuse to live in St. Martin, the place where I was born, to be politically victimized by anybody. Because if you don't stand up for something, you will fall for any and everything. And it's time to stop. Just the other day, I assisted a young man. And I'm not going to even call the name, again, for political victimization. I can't even say who assisted in helping him move the cars, the concrete company that helped give the concrete, the people that give the wood. Why? Because everybody's scared. I'm not scared, St. Martin. I am definitely not scared of anybody here because this is where I am from. I ain't got no other place to go. At the end of the day, I chose to help an individual and individuals from my heart because they could have done it and they never did. So I decided to make a difference in that individual's life and the many others that I have contributed. But I started the foundation. Let me see tomorrow if they're going to approve the young man's permits because they can do it. They need to stop playing games with him. Ladies and gentlemen, my purpose in life is to make a difference in the lives of the people that I meet.
St. Martin is booming economically. How come the money is not reaching down to the people that needs it the most? How come? Something is wrong. The exploitation that is taking place in this country must stop. It must stop. Our government officials are supposed to be protecting us. But exploitation has become a culture for this country. It is not right. GEBE, where are they? Where is the government to protect us from that outrageous fuel class that is being imposed on us? Grocery stores, where is the government to protect us? The price jacking that is going on corned beef, as one of my colleagues mentioned earlier. Healthcare, again I say it over again. Even the government officials don't think our St. Martin healthcare is good enough for them. They always pick up and they leave. It's not good enough for them, but we gotta suck salt. Ladies and gentlemen, can you see us or anybody else surviving on $740 a month? That is the reality. People are living in poverty. Why? Government has failed to regulate a proper wage system. They have failed miserably. They themselves cannot survive on $740-something a month. The amount of thousands of dollars they're making right now, they're still helping themselves in their pocket. So imagine that. Imagine that. It has got to stop. It has got to stop. This party, myself personally, can tell you that the solutions are there. The solutions are there. The law to protect us are there. But the government have failed. They have failed miserably to make sure to apply these laws where and when necessary. They have failed. They have chosen not to. Don't leave anybody tell you any different. They have chosen not to. Example, we have a counterpart law that protects us in our labor force. Foreigners are allowed to come and share their knowledge where we're lacking. They're supposed to teach us. And once our local person is educated enough and capable to do the job on their own, that foreigner must go. Thank you very much for your services.
Education experience. Having the opportunity by my parents to go to the US at a very young age. I went to junior high school in New York City, and I went to college in Virginia State. I earned my Bachelor's of Arts degree in sociology with a concentration in criminal justice. And when I compare the education that is offered to our students here in St. Martin in comparison to what I have, it's an injustice. Our children are being graduated from the 10th grade or 4th form. This is why we have such a high rate in youth unemployment. But they don't care. I moved back to St. Martin in 2001, just after September 11th. Yes, I was one of those people who had to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge from Manhattan with ashes flying when the Twin Towers were taken down. That interrupted my pursuit to become a criminal defense attorney. But I came home and I made my foundation here. I've had witness to at least 3 elections. And to this day, nothing has changed. Many persons are upset, annoyed, don't want to vote, and I can understand. However, we have to take our democratic right and our democratic opportunity and use it wisely. We cannot continue to re-elect the same persons and expect to have a difference from them. If a man's interest is only to plant plants, that is what he will do. Plant plants. We cannot expect him to care about education. We cannot expect him to care about the social welfare or the best for our people. But we continue to look for the same individuals to change and make life different for us. It is not going to happen. I commend the movement of my leader, Franz Richardson, for stepping off, establishing the United St. Martin Party, because his vision was being stagnant. It was being stagnated and stopped from growth. Recognize that he didn't join with anyone else because no one else has the vision he has. I joined the United St. Martin Party. Why? My degree is in sociology. Therefore, my interest is in the social welfare of the people. I ask you to recognize myself along with the other 14 candidates as the new opportunity for St. Martin. Yes, I understand. Same story, same pitches. I understand that. However, we too could have been with you, disgruntled and upset. But we have taken a stance for the betterment of you and I. We want the best for St. Martin just as you do. I am the candidate that has documented poverty on St. Martin. I am the candidate that has the 2 videos on YouTube and Facebook identifying the reality of many of our people.
Say we need a change. I've been in Phillipsburg and the people say we need a change. I've been in St. Peter's, I've been in Cul-de-sac, I've been in Ebenezer, I've been in Dutch Quarter, I've been in Sugar Garden, I've been in Middle Region, I've been in K-Bay, and the people say, we need a change. Too long have been we suffering under this present administration. Too long have been we getting excuses. That one blaming this one, and that one saying this one, and the UP saying it's a DP fault, and the DP saying it's UP fault. I am saying, who is running this country? Who is in charge of this country? Too long have we getting promissory notes. Too long have we making promises, and we haven't been getting our fair share of this pie. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a few things I would like to say to you real quick. You're wondering why I don't have a blue shirt on. Well, earlier on I had one. But a voter told me that she wants my shirt. And any good politician that is aspiring to go in parliament would give up yourself and give it to the public. That's what we do. That's what I intend to do. And I started tonight. I am saying no is a time for change. We have a few issues we got to deal with. The minimum wage, ladies and gentlemen, the minimum wage has to change, has to rise, has to go up. Too long we've been saying and changing, people coming in saying, oh, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. $750 cannot cut it, and we all know that. So when I get in parliament, one of the things I'm going to champion is the issue of the minimum wage. The second thing I'm going to champion is a 6-month contract. My leader, Franz Richardson, already had done a number on it. It's in process. But we're going to go into parliament and push it out and make sure that the 6-month contract, the abuse of the contract, will be over under the USP administration. Ladies and gentlemen, another thing I'll be looking at is the pensioners. I see a few of my pensioners here. No, it shouldn't be a choice between what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Why should a person work in this country for 40 years, for 50 years, and still have to be taxed after they have retired, when they have put in 50 or 40 years time in this country. Under the USP watch, under my watch, read my lips, there will be no taxes on pensioners. No taxes on pensioners. And we're going to bring up the pension rate. We're going to change it from where it is, whether it's 30 or 40%, hike it up so our old people, our pensioners can enjoy their later days in this country.
I'm very happy that we're all here. For me personally, it's very nice to be in the district that I grew up in, right here in Cul-de-Sac. As a little boy for a year, I lived right across the road, lived in St. Peter's, lived in Mary's Fancy. It's good to be here with you. Usually, you know, I speak about the different issues. This evening I want to do it a little differently. A lot of my fellow candidates have spoken to you about the issues. Tonight I'm going to not really speak to you too much about the issues. I'm going to ask you to do something for me in the next couple of days. Today is Tuesday. Now, as an environmentalist, I have the pleasure of going into all of the neighborhoods, all the districts on St. Martin on a regular basis. I walk around, I look at the different issues, I look at what is affecting St. Martin. I also go to the different schools, I work with the kids, I take the kids on excursions, I talk to them about the environmental issues that we face on St. Martin. I'm going to ask you all to do me a favor. I'm going to ask you all to do yourselves a favor. I'm going to ask you all to do your children a favor between now and Thursday evening, even up until Friday, just before you go to vote. I'm going to ask you to please look around on St. Martin. Look around. When you're driving to drop your children to school in the next coming days, look around. When you're going to your car right now, look around. Look around at the state of our roads. Look around at the sewage that is running on our roads. Look around at the excavation of our hillsides, the filling in of our ponds. When you go to town, I want you to look into the Great Salt Pond and look at the landfill. Just today I was in town and somebody said to me, a good friend of mine, he's here with me tonight, he said, boy Ruben, that hill looked like it grew since yesterday. Look around, people. In the next couple of days, look around at St. Martin and then realize that St. Martin has had 40 years of tourism development. An economy that for 40-something years has been driven by tourism. Look around and then answer a question for me. Is St. Martin at the place that it should be? Have we truly benefited from the rate of development on St. Martin? Has everyone benefited from the tourism-based economy on St. Martin? Do we live in a clean environment here on St. Martin? I want you to ask yourself, when you see the dump, when you see the landfill, I want you to ask yourself, is it just something that's ugly, or is it something that affects our health? Is it something that we're breathing in every day that is making us sick? I'll answer that question for you. Yes, we're breathing it in every day and it's making us sick and it's poisoning our children. I want you all to ask yourself those sorts of things, and then I want you all to think and realize who has been in power for 40-something years and has been promising to you, the people, that they're going to resolve all of those issues. Those are the things that I want you all to do for me in the next coming days. Realize that St. Martin is headed in the wrong direction. I want you to realize that we have a tourism-based economy, one that is based on basically sand, sea, water sports, what we have to offer based on our natural and cultural heritage. And I want you to look around and realize that the same product, the same reason why the tourists come to St. Martin, we are destroying it on a daily basis.
We want to thank all of you for coming out. Tonight I'm very proud to be leading this young team. A team that believes in you. A team that wants to work for you. A team that needs your support on August 29th. Today, we saw the newspaper and you ask yourself if this is the country what we all boast about. Today the newspaper headline was a shame, a real shame in this country. It took so long for a judge to give some real words to the prosecutors to the rest of them about class justice in this country.
Yes, sir.
It shows, it really shows that the small man in this country has no way in this country. It really shows that we, as a United St. Martin Party, has a lot of work to do.
Yes, sir.
Because that verdict today almost brings tears to my eyes. To see that it took a judge for so long what been going on in this country. When our young boys and girls, the harassment they would get. But as long as you got money in your pocket, the justice system works for you.
That's right.
We are saying no more should this happen. And I'm asking you, on August 29th, send a clear message to all of them. The time has come for them to get out of office. We need to put honest, dedicated young men and women to run this country for you. People of St. Martin, those who are out there talking about dollarization, be careful what they are talking about. It is in their interest. They are talking about dollarizing this country. We are saying absolutely not. It don't happen like that. We are saying, as a United St. Martin Party, the people must make that decision. The people of this country must know the facts. What will happen to them? We all saw when dollarize came about for the best islands. What happened to the cost of living? We hear them cry. We hear them bawl. And now they want to do it to us. We are saying absolutely not. Not like that. It is time for proper studies to be done. And before that decision is made, we believe it is you, the people of this country, needs to make that decision. No way they're going to come and tell you, you own $1, you're going to own $1. That is not what's going to happen.
That's true.
It ain't going to happen, people. Because if you're getting $13.50 as a minimum wage, you're showing and get $13.50 as dollars as minimum wage. So we are saying to you, be careful what they promise you. We are saying we will make sure a proper study is done for you. Then they talk about healthcare. Another joke. It's another joke. How could you talk about building a hospital and not telling the people what the cost is going to be? We are hearing the cost is running close to $300 million to build a hospital. How is our children going to pay for that? How are we going to afford it? We are saying no. The medical center has a plan. Let's sit and walk with them with that plan. We must creep before we crawl. We must crawl before we walk. There is no way we must continue like this. I am asking all of you. I am asking all of you. We need your support. We need your vote. This team is about you. This team is about us. We can't continue on the track we are on.
St. Martin Newsroom is brought to you by...
On the 29th of August, the people of St. Martin will speak. They will stand tall like the giants they are, and they will speak loud and clear, and it will be heard from every mountain top in St. Martin, from St. Peter's to Summer Garden to Colby to Simpson Bay. We want change.
Voting is easy as 1, 2, 3. On August 29th, go 3 across, 3 down, and vote Frankie Myers.
My name is Franklin Myers, the number 3 candidate on the United People's Party, and I'm back.
Oh, what a wonderful feeling to be able to vote. People like raindrops and the colors hot, yeah. National Alliance, they look like they're ready to go. They Your shoes done lace up and it's done stuff to cast the vote. So show me the way to your heart. The alliance will never depart. Once you're straight with them all the time and focus, let we follow the alliance down the road until the polls come.
Gracita, nosotros.
Dear valued voters, my name is Gracita R. Aranda, your number 2 candidate on the United People's Party slate. Why vote for Gracita? Why re-elect Gracita? I can get the job done. One of the most important issues that I want to tackle on your behalf is education. Why? Education is fundamental for the future of St. Martin. Our schools need better material. We need to motivate our teachers, and we need to make sure that every single child can study without interruption, safe, secure, having the right materials at their disposal, making sure that even at the schools you have good playgrounds. The neighborhoods, every single neighborhood deserves a well-maintained playground. I was a child, just like you. The parents, you know I can get the job done. We know that we can do it together. On August 29th, your vote is very valuable. Make it count for your kids. Together, you and I, from my heart to yours, we can make education a top priority for this country, St. Martin. A country that we love and a country that we want to see our kids grow up safe, secure, and happy. Thank you.